Good morning and welcome to Wake and Wellness. We just got a download, so you know I had to come on the episode and share it with you guys. Life is beautiful in abundance. It's so funny because I said that, or actually it just dropped it. You already know what a download is. It was given to me, and as I pondered it, I started thinking how people would normally think of that and go, why do you need to put the in abundance at the end if you really tapped in, you know? And it's like, you don't, but what that in abundance means is that when you are in abundance, everything about life is beautiful. No matter what is being brought up, no matter what you see, no matter what environment you go around, you will find something beautiful in it. And that is to bring out one of my old favorite quotes. It took me some time to really resonate with. In the moment that I really sat in it and it became my being, I just opened up and I was in love. And it was that I'm gonna butcher it a little bit, but it was that, like, beautiful people see beautiful people see the beauty in even ordinary things, or something very along those lines. And that's what that in abundance means to me in this download that I just received, that I'm now sharing with you. That in abundance just adds in that when you can realize, it's so easy to realize. That's really what it is. It clarifies and it just shows how easy see and the depth of the beauty that is life. Every turn, every viewpoint, every single thing, when you really are able to live in love and ever expansiveness, you can really see how deep everything really goes. And I actually got inspired by this because I was just taking care of one of my clients, the Solar Studios, and cleaning their windows. And at a time, it was some people that were at a table, and just because some of my narcissism kicked in, as well as some other things kicked in, and I just was thinking like, oh, like, dang, they may be talking about me, da 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 da, like, that's the, that negative side of the mind. And when that kicked in, I just kept saying, like, they not even, they probably not, like, that's just the mind trying to put you in that, like, weak position, and I kept telling and reminding myself of it. So it was funny that it kept arising more. I gave energy to it, and then when I backed off and got into my music and focused on the task at hand and just making sure I did my best job, it all slipped away. So that was really easy, or easily able to help me see how, it's perspective, and it really is how we appropriate, or how we choose to channel that energy, whether or not we think we have the choice or not, and so that's what abundance really is. And so, to keep connecting or finishing out that story, as I got done with the job, my car was parked right next to the table where they were eating. And so when I got in the car, I was sitting there cleaning myself off for some time, because my headphones was peeling on me and shit. And then I was talking to my mom, and then somebody just randomly, like, a car was driving past, and it was like a kid. I could only see him at a glance. I think it was a girl. They just yelled out something crazy, like, you can't, you can't stay, or something crazy. Because when I looked at them, their eyes were, like, big, like they knew they were just wilding, or like, and one of the guys at the table, he was the only one that looked at the same time. But as soon as I got done looking and laughing, I looked straight to the right because I could feel how he snapped that way. And we both just started dying laughing. And the connection was just amazing and hilarious. And it allowed me to see in a very abundant viewpoint, because I could feel like we were one at that time. Because as soon as we made eye contact, we started rolling out loud, like busting up dying. And then everybody at their table sort of looked at him, but snapped like dead into the car. And it was crazy, like 3 or 4 more people. So it's wild to feel all this energy and how succinct this all is. And this is abundance, guys. And so it was funny because I'm now looking at, or they're all looking at me, and I'm looking, and then it's oh my God, it's so beautiful. They're all looking at me, and I don't even know what to say other than, like, just to keep laughing. And so it's like on cue, this is how synchronicity really works and how energy works. He then just goes and says, we don't even know what happened. Somebody was just screaming some crazy shit. And so it was just even more funnier because then they took the attention off me, not like they were trying to make me feel away or anything, but just how it works, just the fabric of being, just the fabric of focus, of thought. And he pretty much completed the sentence, and then so they could understand okay, how, but the way they looked were how are y'all even linked in, and it was just so funny, and to be that connected, to be in such a quick, this happened in 3 seconds, they yelled it, it was a stoplight, and then they took off, and I got to see the eyes, and I looked to the right, he looked to me, we start dying laughing, they now staring at me, and then he instantly says that, and then they sort of not even just straight laugh, they just verified it, just oh, okay, we get it, and it's they were with us in the laugh, but it was just it was an understood kind of energy, so I inner laughter, if anything. So it was just wild to even be able to interpret as I'm interpreting that takes a different level of intimacy with, with self, with humanity, with life, with everything. And so it's just beautiful because I could share that. And I'm going to come back to what I was talking about, but just to share that connectivity, this abundance, those two are very important to actually tie in. So I'm going to do it as I am on the subject already. I am already, and I've been in abundance, and I felt like I've been in abundance because as I've already talked to you guys about integrity, and as I've been fulfilling my purpose, living authentically, my business is getting more business, and I'm seeing how I am manifesting it, and by just taking that action, believing in it, and having the help and the support. My barber Lynn, he has put me on his other friends that own, their own studios or barbershops, and they have been so receiving and kind. And that it's just beautiful and amazing to see that community, to see that influence from him, to be able to see wow, this is the power of influence. This is the power of being, being solid in who you are. It reminds me of my dad. One of his connections once said your pops is solid. Anything that he says is happening, his word is, his word is bond. And that's a beautiful thing because when community builds over a solidarity like that, there's something different, about that energy and about that. So that's all beautiful. And I said that because I got a client from him, Yulisa, and she's just, the first time I met her, she was like this, and the second time, she's just as much just so warm, kind, it gives you that old soul kind of vibe because you talk as if, there are no barriers. Again, I've been talking about this recently, that soul to soul connection. We aren't talking as humans anymore. We aren't viewing each other as humans. We aren't even thinking on our normal human level because we are now in soul contact area and we're now able to manifest differently on another kind of plane, so. And just to show how that manifests, because just like Oprah has said, and anybody that is in tune and understanding what real energy is or how energy really works, the quality of your work is going to be set by your intention. And the reason that that is important is because when we enter a state of abundance, and not just desire, I want to be abundant, but when we tell ourselves that we are and we slip into that state, whether we got there, quote unquote, accidentally, which wouldn't happen, but whether we got there consciously or unconsciously and then become aware of that, it's beautiful because then we start drawing on that power. So now I can be more natural in our conversation and be the real me, and she could be more natural, and when she's also more natural, then that reverberates back. And so now I already want to do my best, but there becomes some kind of connection again on the soul kind of level. We start tapping into the primordial vibration, which allows us to emanate what really is at the heart of life. And we it does something to it expands us, and we become our best. In that moment, there is no aspiring or aspiration to become our best. We are living that and embodying it. So now the quality of the work, just like, oh my God, if I'm cleaning windows, oh my God, it's crystal clear. Like I say, and I love hearing people say, oh, the bird's gonna be flying through those today. Like, that is a feeling that, oh my God, okay, I hit my level. Or if you're in the Olympics, like, oh, you have qualified to make it. All the training that you've done, you're there, or you won the gold. Or, do you feel me? Y'all are making it to you're going to the playoffs. You're going to the Super Bowl. You won the Super Bowl. Whatever that vibration is, you got MVP. You got best or most improved player. Whatever that is, you resonate and you're now on that vibration. And so that's what abundance does. And what is so beautiful about abundance is it follows I want to say the law of energy, but really it follows how energy is, that's the best way I can say this with words. And when you give off abundance, it's contagious. You can feel that. Like, I said something to her, she moved the desk for me, and I said, oh my God, I said, thank you so much. I said, thank you very, very much. Thank you so, so much, or something like that. And she said, and she projected that back. She said, you're welcome very, very much. And that caught my attention, that kind of thoughtfulness. As I was already in abundance, I could be aware of those things. If I was down in any kind of way, I would not have picked up on it. I may have said, oh, thank you, or it may have helped me, but it would not have been so clear to be realizing this is a soul matching a soul. And when I say that, that is not as if that's a point A soul and that's a point B soul. I mean, those are prime, that's prime soul. That is soul. That kind of realization, that kind of awakening, that kind of love, that kind of understanding and acceptance of who and what we are. That is different, and that is what we all strive for every day, because we all strive to reconnect with the source. And we all know that the source, is one. The source is, and there is no other way to be other than one with. So, hold on one second, guys, please. Ooh, I almost ended the episode because I got so teed up, but I'm about to park, but I got way too much more to go. We ain't stopping nothing. Okay. So it was beautiful as I can go, and oh my God, selling the fake Gucci. He's selling the Poochie. Okay. So as I was going into and going through it, abundance changes the way that we react with the world. Abundance changes the way that we feel. Abundance changes the way that we just go about being in the world. And when we enter that state, we also become contagious, just like any other energy. But also, what's awesome about that contagion is, how do you think the law of attraction works? You want more. You need to be more. We all joke about and also do not like you need experience before you get experience, but that's what fake it till you make it really is about. You may not like the statement because it says fake, but it means be it so you can be it. That actually needs to be what it is, because that is what it is. You want more in your life, so you need to do more. I want more community, spiritual community, and people to talk to and to grow with and do these kinds of things with. I need to do more of it, and I need to reach out. I need to try making more of a community. I need to go and try to inspire those to do the same. I need to talk about it. I need to be doing it and passing it out as if I'm on the street passing out CDs to each and every person that walks past me. Or when I'm going out and I'm driving, I'm going past stores, I'm giving everybody out a business card that I can. If you just stop and talk to me for a second, I may be like, hey, you feel me? You may need your house windows cleaned. Or somebody with a business, because that's the kind of energy that you need to go into it with when you are I'm not even going to say that's the energy you need to go into it with. That's the energy that you are going into it with when you are in abundance. It's nothing that is going to stop you, make you believe different, and make you think that, you can't do it. Because that kind of mind has been passed. That kind of mind has been surpassed, excuse me. That kind of mind has been transcended through awareness and changed everything. So that's abundance, and that's the beauty of it all. And so it was just amazing to have that kind of experience, because through connection, through abundance, I was able to experience connection because I was able to have awareness. And that is some kind of different, do you feel me? That's some kind of different being, some kind of different way of life. That is a different way of being a new you. It's a new way of being. And when you learn to be abundant, it teaches you how to adapt and be different, just to be yourself, but to be a new and abundant self. So I really wanted to, and I feel like I sort of got off of the beginning of the topic a little bit, or it would seem so, because I know I've been weaving it all together. But as I said, it was a download, so it was almost hard, and it's almost even hard to go back and track where we did 1,000% to start. But I hope that, as always, you guys go out into the world, you understand that abundance is always accessible. And we access it by understanding that we are a soul. We strive to not just want these things and have a desire which is pushed into motion to do those things, but think of ourselves as if, act as if, be in the as if. And when you are, that's why these experiences are coming to me, and I'm feeling like these people are connecting with me more, because we're able to get there on a soul type of level, past the human, because both are in abundance. And when you can do that, you can actually tap into the potential and the depth of the human soul. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is Waking Wellness. Health is wealth. I love you guys.